Hello and welcome back to Little Bighorn Treasure Hunting Sources 37. Today we'd like to start with Sitting Bull's history. Sitting Bull said he began a spiritual journey with Wakantanka while he was in his mother's womb. He was born 1831. However strange that sounds, he was raised with the name Slow because he was deliberate and methodical in his thinking and actions. From youth, Slow excelled in the four cardinal virtues so important to the Lakota: bravery, fortitude, generosity, and wisdom. At 14 years old, he joined a raiding party against the Crows. Normally at that age, the young men would serve as horse holders. But after the third day out, Crows were spotted, the Sioux charged, and Slow, mounted on a gray horse from his father, Sitting Bull, his father's name was Sitting Bull, overtook a crow and with a tomahawk knocked the crow from his horse, and quickly another hunk papa finished him off for a second coup. Slow had earned his first white eagle feather, and his father gave a great banquet to celebrate and gave Slow his name, Sitting Bull. His father would now be called Jumping Bull. A year later, at 15, Sitting Bull Slow earned a red feather, which is like a purple heart. He was wounded in the foot fighting against the Flatheads. Robert Utley on pages 14 and 15 talk about these in his book, Sitting Bull. I highly recommend it. It's a great book. Trade muskets were the main firearm that they had at the time. And with the trade muskets, you want to see the longer guns, but this one, if you remember the medicine wheel, and I'll get more into that, we've got some tacks that are missing here, but there's 12 tacks for the medicine wheel. Also some here somebody filled in. That's why I wish people would leave stuff alone. I don't know the significance of this, but it's an early flintlock, great trade rifle. And then here, just to show the trade rifles, this is dated 1863 on a flintlock, which they basically were converting most of them out of there at that time in the 1820s, 1830s. But here, there's the serpent. Let me turn it around here. You can see the serpent, and the Indians love to see the serpent. And if you look over here quickly, you can see another serpent on this full length, and this is also a flintlock trade rifle. And in July 1864, General Sully came against a huge gathering of the Indians at the Killdeer Mountains, led by the great Dakota chief Inkpatuta. The Indians had only trade muskets and bows and arrows, which were not good enough against the firearms and cannon of Sully's forces. Sitting Bull Slow, uncle Chief Fourhorns, was badly wounded, so Sitting Bull, with help from his nephew White Bull, loaded him up, and they helped him off the range, and he doctored him up. And this action showed that Sitting Bull and all the other Indians, they had to do something different for weapons in order to fight the Wasechus. And that's the Killdeer Mountain Battles on page 55 in Robert Utley's book. And here I want to show you a Colt 1860 Army. And you can see it not only has the markings, but here on the end of the barrel it has a very prominent X. And I purchased this when I was at the Colorado Arms Collector shows down there at Colorado Springs. And if you come over here, you can see the togia that's on it, and it says, I need to flip the pages here. During my examination of the 1860 Army percussion revolver 14391, I discovered the name Sitting Bull Slow written in togia. On the left side of the action near the hammer is shown on illustrations 1. On the left grip I found Sitting Bull Slow written again, along with the symbol of you whippy spirit shown on illustrations 2 and 3. These same Togia marks are also found on the bottom of the backstrap and left grip, as shown on illustrations 4. Along with the backstrap, I see illustrations 5. I believe the white Uwhippie stones have been removed in the area filled with buffalo resin. The Uwhippie spirit symbol has been cut into the end of the barrel of the revolver, as shown on illustration 6. Sitting Bull was born in 1831, son of Jumping Bull, and a hunk papa leader of the Bad Boys, and her holy Darwin's mother. Sitting Bull was given the name Slow as a young man because of his unusually slow and methodical manner. He did not accept the name Sitting Bull until around 1870, which I don't know if that's correct. I have found Sitting Bull Slow used either of his names and sometimes both of his names when signing his name in Togia. Sitting Bull was a member of the Rock Dreamer Society of the Lakota Sioux Nation. The Rock Dreamers believed that they could not be killed by a bullet when under the protection of the Uwhippie spirit or white stone. The stones were transparent and a spirit lived within the stone. The Rock Dreamer believed by praying to the spirit with their thumb on the stone, the spirit would give power and protection to the dreamer that possessed the stone. Benjamin Black Elk told me both Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull were Rock Dreamers. Okay, that's the first one of Sitting Bulls. I got more to come. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.